Come in. Your calm English journey begins.
Hey, welcome back to Calm English Studio. It's really nice to have you here again. If you're sitting somewhere quiet, or walking slowly, or just finished a long day, I'm really glad you're here with us. Sometimes we don't need a big lesson. We just need a small, calm space. And this is that space.
Hi, everyone. I don't know why, but my heart feels a little fast today.
Your heart is fast?
Yes, my English is slow, but my heart is fast.
That's an interesting combination.
And a little stressful at the same time.
That's okay. We're often nervous when we speak English, right?
Yes, especially when we care too much.
That's true. When we don't care, English feels easy. When we care, English suddenly becomes difficult.
Yes, my brain knows many words, but my mouth suddenly forgets everything.
That happens to me too.
Really?
Of course. Sometimes I speak English every day, and I still freeze on one simple sentence.
That makes me feel better already.
Good, because today is not about being perfect. It's just about being real.
I like that rule.
Today is a little special because we're not here to teach something big or difficult. We just want to talk like two normal people.
Two very normal people with very normal English.
Exactly. And today's question is very simple, but also very deep. Why do you learn English?
When you say it like that, it suddenly feels very serious.
It can be serious, but it can also be soft.
Okay, then I will answer softly.
You don't need to answer well. You just need to answer honestly.
That sounds more difficult than answering well.
Yes, honesty is sometimes the hardest language.
That's very true.
And for you listening right now, you don't need to answer out loud. You don't need to comment yet. Just listen. And maybe your own reason will appear quietly. By the way, we also prepared a small, free PDF for today's episode. If you want to practice slowly after listening, you can download it in the description.
Yes, very slowly. No pressure, no big goals.
Always no pressure here.
I like that this is the only place where my English is slow, and nobody is angry with me.
This is your slow place.
Thank you.
So, Leo, before we go too deep, let me ask you something simple first. How long have you been learning English?
Oh, wow. That question feels heavy suddenly.
Heavy?
Yes, because the number is very big, and my English still feels so small.
You don't need to tell the exact number.
That's good, because I feel a little embarrassed.
Then just tell me how it feels.
It feels like I started many times. I stopped many times. I promised myself many tomorrows.
That already sounds very honest.
Yes, too many I will study tomorrow, and not enough I am studying today.
That sounds like many people listening right now.
Maybe they're smiling quietly with me.
I think they are.
Then this will be a very honest conversation today.
Yes, and a very gentle one too. And there is one moment in Leo's story that almost made him quit English forever. So, Leo, you said you started many times and stopped many times.
Yes, that part feels very real.
Then maybe today, we don't talk about how long you learned English. Maybe we talk about why you really started.
Hmm,
Not the beautiful reason, not the reason for other people, the real one, only for you.
that's a dangerous question again.
We seem to like dangerous questions today.
Yes, maybe because they are honest.
Take your time.
Okay, I think I started learning English because I felt very small.
Small?
Yes, when I heard other people speak English, I felt like they were living in a bigger world, and I was standing outside of it.
That feeling is very quiet, but very heavy.
Yes, nobody said anything bad to me, but I said many bad things to myself.
What did you say?
I said, I'm not smart. I'm too old. My pronunciation is terrible. I will never sound natural.
That sounds very painful.
Yes, but at that time, I really believed it.
Many people believe their thoughts too easily.
Yes, and that's very scary.
So you started learning English because you didn't want to feel small anymore.
Yes, I wanted to feel a little taller inside.
I like that.
But I also had another reason.
What was it?
I wanted to understand people, not just their words, but their feelings.
That is a very gentle reason.
When I watched movies, I always waited for the subtitles, but sometimes I wanted to hear the feeling first, not the translation.
That feeling is very quiet, but when you touch it once, you never forget it.
Yes, the first time I understood one sentence without subtitles, my heart jumped.
Do you remember the sentence?
I don't remember the sentence, but I remember the feeling. It felt like, oh, I'm inside now.
That is very beautiful.
But the next day, my confidence disappeared again.
That is very human.
Yes, sometimes English makes me feel powerful, and sometimes it reminds me how small I still am.
Learning a language is like that. Some days you feel close. Some days you feel very far.
Yes, and on the far days, I often ask myself, why am I doing this?
Did you ever find the answer?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I only found excuses.
What kind of excuses?
I'm tired. I'm busy. I'll continue tomorrow. I'll just take a short break.
How long was the short break?
Sometimes 3 days. Sometimes 3 months.
That is a very long short break.
Yes, my breaks are very talented.
But even with all those breaks, you always came back.
Yes, I always came back.
Why?
Because even when I didn't study, English was still inside my head, quietly waiting.
That's very interesting.
Yes, I could run away from the book, but I couldn't run away from myself.
So, listening to you now, I feel something very clear.
What is it?
You didn't learn English because you loved grammar. You learned English because you wanted to feel different inside.
Yes, that sounds very true.
Not bigger than others, not better than others, just not disappear inside yourself.
Wow, that sentence hits very deep.
In a gentle way.
Yes, I think that is my real reason.
And maybe, for many people listening now, their reason is very similar.
Yes, they may not say it, but they feel it.
But even with that reason, you still stopped many times.
Yes, many times.
So I'm curious now. Among all those times, which one was the closest to quitting forever?
Hmm.
Not a beautiful story, just the real one.
Okay, then I will tell you the real one. There was one moment I really thought, this time, I'm done with English.
That sounds serious.
Yes, it was very quiet, but very heavy.
What happened that day?
That day, I opened my book, looked at one simple sentence, and suddenly, my mind was completely empty.
Empty?
Yes, I knew every word, but I couldn't say anything. And for the first time, I didn't feel lazy. I felt scared.
Scared of what?
Scared that maybe my English would never move again.
That fear is very real.
Yes, and that's the day I almost stopped coming back.
Almost.
Yes, almost.
That day, when you felt your English stopped moving, when you opened the book and your mind suddenly went empty, what did you do next? Did you close the book right away? Or did you just sit there with that feeling for a while?
At first, I didn't close the book. I just sat there, holding it in my hands, staring at one very simple sentence that I had seen many times before. And I remember thinking, how can something so small suddenly feel so heavy? My head felt tired, my chest felt tight, and for the first time, I wasn't bored or lazy anymore. I was scared that maybe I had reached my limit.
That kind of fear feels very different from being tired. It's the fear that quietly asks you, what if this is as far as you can go? When that thought came to you, did you still believe you could continue? Or did you already start preparing yourself to stop?
Honestly, at that moment, I had already started preparing to stop. I told myself many soft lies like, it's okay to stop now. You're too busy anyway. You can always come back later. But inside, I knew I was not resting. I was giving up slowly, and that feeling made me even more tired than studying.
So even when you stopped opening the book, your heart was still fighting quietly inside you. That sounds very heavy to carry alone. Did you talk to anyone about this feeling at that time?
No, I didn't tell anyone. I smiled during the day, did my normal work, and acted like everything was fine. But at night, when everything became quiet, that sentence in the book came back to my mind again and again, and I kept thinking, why can't I move anymore, even when I want to?
That question is very painful because when you can't move forward, you start doubting not just your English, but your own ability to grow. Did you still remember your reason for learning English at that time?
That's the strange part. I still remembered it very clearly. I still wanted to feel taller inside. I still wanted to understand people without subtitles. I still wanted to stop disappearing inside myself. But even with all those reasons, my body just didn't want to move anymore, and that made me feel even more ashamed.
So your heart wanted to continue, but your body felt too heavy to follow. Many people think quitting is loud and dramatic, but yours sounds very quiet and very lonely. In that quiet moment, what did you finally decide to do?
That night, I closed the book very slowly, not in anger, not in frustration, just in silence. And I remember saying to myself very softly, maybe this is the end of my English journey. It didn't feel like a big decision. It felt more like giving something back to the shelf.
That sentence is very sad in a gentle way. When you said that to yourself, did you feel relief or did you feel loss?
At first, I felt a little relief because I thought I could finally stop fighting. But very quickly after that, the relief turned into emptiness. It felt like I had put down something important, but I didn't know what I would hold instead. And that emptiness stayed with me for many days.
So you didn't just stop studying English, you also lost a small part of your direction. That kind of loss doesn't shout, but it stays very quietly inside the chest. What changed after that?
For a while, nothing changed. I didn't study, I didn't watch English videos, I didn't touch my notebook. But somehow, English still followed me in small ways. A word in a song, one sentence in a movie, a voice passing by on the street. And every time I heard it, my heart moved a little, without asking permission.
So even when you tried to leave English, English didn't completely leave you. That sounds like something very important was still alive inside you. And maybe that is where your story didn't end.
Yes, that was not the end. That was only the quiet bottom of the story.
So that quiet bottom wasn't the end. Something was still moving inside you, even just a little. I'm curious, Leo, when was the first moment you felt, maybe I can come back to English again? Not in a big way, just a small, soft way.
It actually happened on a very normal night. Nothing special, nothing inspiring. I was just tired, scrolling my phone, not really thinking about anything serious. And suddenly, I heard this short English sentence in a video. A super simple sentence, like something a child would say. But, I understood it immediately. And something inside me just moved a little, you know? Not excitement, just a soft, tiny light.
It's interesting how one small sentence can wake up something we thought was gone. What did that light make you do next?
I didn't study or anything dramatic. I didn't run to my desk like in a movie. I just slowly opened my old notebook. Not to rewrite my goals, not to start a new plan, just to look at it, just to touch it again. And somehow, it didn't feel scary anymore. It felt almost familiar.
So you didn't come back with a full schedule or a big new year, new me kind of energy. It was more like, let me just peek inside again.
Exactly. And that night, I wrote only one sentence. Really, just one. And after that, I closed the notebook. No pressure. No, I must study 2 hours tomorrow. Nothing like that. It was just, okay, today I wrote one line, and somehow that felt enough.
If you want something like that, just one small daily line, it's already inside today's free PDF. Sometimes enough is very small, and sometimes small is the only way back. Did you write again the next day?
Funny thing is, I didn't plan to, but when the night came, my hand just opened the notebook again, and I wrote one more sentence. Not perfect, not impressive, just something.
It sounds like the step became light enough that your body didn't fight it anymore.
Yes, exactly. Whenever I thought about studying English, my body felt heavy, like a big stone. But when I thought, just one sentence, Leo, just one, my body felt normal, calm. And that calmness made everything possible again.
So you didn't return because you suddenly felt strong. You returned because the step became honest and human.
Yes, yes, that's it. For the first time, I wasn't trying to impress anyone, not even myself. I wasn't trying to become fluent fast. I just wanted to stay connected in a very small, gentle way, like saying, I'm still here, just quietly.
That sounds like a very healing kind of learning. A relationship that doesn't demand too much, just a soft, stay with me.
Yes, and this time, when I forgot to study, I didn't hate myself. I didn't say, oh no, I failed again. I just came back the next night. No drama, no punishment, just return.
That is real strength, Leo. Not loud, not perfect, but consistent in a soft way.
Yes, and for the first time, I stopped asking, When will I be fluent? I only asked, can I stay with English a little longer today? And the answer was usually yes.
Sometimes the smallest question creates the biggest change.
I agree, because I realized something important. I didn't need to be perfect. I only needed not to disappear again.
So now, after everything you shared, the fear, the stopping, the coming back in a very small way, I want to ask you the same question again, not the old one, but the new one. Why do you still learn English now, Leo?
That question feels different now. It doesn't feel heavy anymore. Honestly, I think I still learn English because it makes me feel like I'm still moving. Not fast, not in a big way, but, you know, still moving.
Still moving feels very important.
Yes, before, I learned English to become someone better. Now, I think I learn English simply to stay connected to myself, to other people, to the world outside my small room.
That sounds very gentle.
Yeah, and also, I think, English gives me a strange kind of company. Some nights, I feel tired and quiet, and I just listen to one podcast or read one short sentence, and I feel like I'm not completely alone. It's a little strange to say that.
It's not strange at all. Many people feel the same way.
And now, I don't learn English to become perfect anymore. I learn English so I don't disappear again. So I don't go back to that quiet place where I stopped believing in small things.
That sentence is very powerful, Leo. Not loud, but very deep.
Yeah, and I think many people listening right now may feel the same, even if they've never said it out loud.
So maybe today, we don't need a big promise. We don't need a dramatic new beginning. We only need one honest question. Why do you learn English?
Not the good answer, not the answer for other people, just the real one, for yourself.
And if you feel comfortable, you can share that reason with us in the comments. You don't need to write a long story. Even one simple sentence is enough.
Yes, one sentence is always enough.
We also prepared a small free PDF for today's episode. You can find it in the description below. No pressure, just a small guide for your small daily steps.
Very small steps only. That's our style.
Always. So, before we say goodbye, remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be better than anyone. You only need not to disappear.
And if today you listen to this, that already means you didn't disappear today.
That's more than enough for one day.
Yes, more than enough.
Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you in the next calm moment.